Hello and good morning, Year 6. Welcome back to today's maths lesson. It is Monday the 18th of May today, and we're going to be looking at percentages of quantities, where we're going to look at the relationship between percentages and fractions and decimal numbers to find the percentage of a number and to understand the terms increase and decrease. But before we get started, there is a Kahoot challenge there for you to have a go of. Go and have a go, get warmed up and get ready for the math session ahead. Remember, this is all about practicing your daily maths. It's that quick mental maths, okay? So please go and have a go at that. It really will help. Okay then. So percentages. Now, before we go into the actual maths work, we just need to have a little recap of this. Remember, percentage is an abbreviation for the Latin percentum, which means for each 100. So therefore, 100% of something is 100 over 100 as a fraction. Okay, and that is a whole. 100 over 100 is a whole. So 1% of something would be 1 over 100. And 10% of something is 10 over 100, which can, of course, be simplified to 1/10. Okay, and that's really important that you can understand that for percentages. So instantly, you would know that, okay, well, 1 over 100 is equal to 1%. So if you were to try and find 1% of something, you divide by 100 and times by 1. Again, if you were finding out 10% of something, okay, 10% of something, that is the same as 10 over 100. So you could divide by 100 times by 10. Or even simpler, it is 1 over 10. Okay, so it's divided by 10 and times by 1. And it's really, really helpful to understand those number facts. Again, 50% is the same as 50 over 100, which you know is the same as 1 over 2. So therefore 50% is just a half of something. Okay, so it's really important that you can understand that to help you visualize this mathematics. Now then, let's have a quick recap of what I've just been speaking about there. So 67 over 100, what would that be as a percentage? 67 over 100 as a percentage, of course, is 67%. Okay, and as a decimal, well, it's less than 1, okay, because it's 67 of 100 parts, okay, 67%. Therefore, it is 0.67 as a decimal number. Can you see, pause the video and see if you can find out the missing fraction, the missing percentage, and the missing decimal number of these ones here. When you're ready, unpause the video and we'll go through it together. Okay then, so 37% is the same as 37 over 100. Which is the same as 0.37. At the bottom, I'm going to have to work backwards here, 0.02. Okay, well, that's going to be 2%, which is going to be 2 over 100. Okay, so there we go. I've got my fractions, I've got my percentages, and I've got my decimal numbers. And this is how they're all linked, okay? They're all linked in the same way. Now then, 2/5. Let's just have a look at this one here. This is a fraction. 2/5. How would I write that as a percentage? Because it's not over 100. Well, what I'd have to do is I would have to make these, okay? I'd have to do something different. I would have to make them over 100. So 5 times what makes 100? That's 5 times 20. So I would have to times this one by 20. 2 times 20 is 40. So 2/5. The equivalent fraction of 2/5 is 40 over 100, which means that it is 40%. Okay, and the same thing here. I've got 13 over 20. Now, to get that as a percentage, I'm going to have to make it over 100 on the bottom. Okay, so 20 times what is 100? Well, of course, that is times by 5. 13 times by 5 to give me the numerator here. 13 times 5, well, 10 times 5 is 50. 3 times 5 is 15. 50 plus 15 is 65. So therefore, 13 over 20 is the same as 65 over 100, which is the same as 65%. And I'm just using equivalent fractions there to work out the different percentages. Okay. Now then, let's actually get to how percentage work for today. So I want to find 5% of 200. Okay, 5% of 200. Well, the easiest way to do that is to think of it as 5 over 100. 5 over 100 of 200. Well, then I'm just finding fractions of an amount. Okay, so to do that one, 5 over 100 of 200, I would do 200, divide it by my denominator, which is 100, and times it by my numerator. Well, 200 divided by 100 is 2, and times that by 5, which is equal to 10. So therefore, 5% of 200 is 10. Let's have a go at another one here. 42% of 350. Again, I could think of that as 42 over 100 of 350. Well, therefore, it is going to be 350 divide by 100, and then multiply that answer, hence why it's in brackets, by 42. Well, 350 divided by 100, well, straight away that is 3.5. Okay, so that's 3.5 times by 42. Now, there's different ways you could do this. You could work out a grid method, a column multiplication method, or you could do 42 times 3. Okay, so 40 times 3 is 120, 2 times 3 is 6, so that must be 126. Okay, so that's 126. And 0.5 times 42, well, that's just the same as halving. Okay, I've got a half times by 42 is 21. So you could do any written methods if you would prefer, or you could do it mentally. Well, I will do this mentally. 3 times 42, as mentioned, is 126. A half times 42, okay, is 21. So 126 plus 21 is going to equal to, you said it, would be 147. So 42% of 350 is 147. Here's another one, and a key word here. Increase £900 by 20%. Now, what I'm actually looking at here is the increase part. So increase something means to go up. If you increase it, it goes up. So this would mean that the number is going up. So I would have to find 20% of 900, and then I would have to increase 900 by that amount. Okay, basically I will have to add. So increase 900 by 20%. So 20 over 100 of £900. So that is going to be 900 divided by 100 times by 20. Okay. Well, 900 divided by 100 is 9 times by 20. 9 times by 20, well, 9 times 2 is 18, so 9 times 20 is 180. And then to finish off, I need to increase £900, okay, by this 20%. So therefore, it would be 900 plus 120 is my next step, which is equal to £1,020. Okay, so to increase £900 by 20% is £1,020. And when it's an increase, what you're effectively doing here is you're doing 120 over 100. So it's going to get bigger, okay, because you're increasing it. And if I look at the alternative of this one, to decrease, well, if increase means to go up, decrease is going to be going down, so it is take away. Again, I've already worked out that 20% of 900 was £180. Okay, I've already worked that out. So therefore, to decrease this one, I would do £900 minus £180. Okay, which 900, take away 100 is 800, take away 80 is £720. Okay, and there we go, increase and decrease, and you can see the difference between those there. Now, that is one way of working them all out. Of course, another way would be to use your number facts. Okay, so if it was saying 11%, for example, you could find 10%. You could then find 1%, and then you could add them together. So 11% of 420. If you didn't want to divide by 100 and times by 11, you could find 10%. Well, 10% of 420 is 42. 1% would be 4.2. So therefore, 11%, if you were adding them together, because 10% plus 1% is 11%, 11% would be 42 plus 4.2, which would be 46.2. So you could use your number facts for these ones if you wanted to. Okay, the choice is absolutely yours. So year 6, that is your work for today. I would like you to go and calculate the percentage of quantities from your worksheets. You've all got different sheets, so please read the sheet label at the top to find out which one you're doing, and make sure you read the question carefully. Okay, my advice would be to divide by 100 and then times by your percentage. It'll be much, much quicker. If you finish your work and you'd like an extension, there's some percentage problems on Study Ladder. Answers will be sent at the end of the day. But if you want a dojo, send your work to me and I will mark them. Thank you very much, Year 6. Have a wonderful session.